Hey guys, welcome to Staying Strong with Ashley. It's been a crazy few weeks since my last video. I know that most states have put a shelter in place. Me living in Texas, the state hasn't, but my county has, so Dallas has put a shelter in place. With that, I ended up moving in with a friend and just making sure that I'm not alone in this time, especially since now everything's being extended to like middle of May. Um, it is a crazy, crazy time. There's so much going on. There's so many emotions going on with things, and it's hard to know what to do or where to go or anything like that. I've had my own bouts of different emotions going on. I was supposed to go see my family for Easter this weekend, and that just isn't going to work. And I'm supposed to go to other trips that are now having to be postponed and rescheduled, and it's just hard. And I've gotten some advice over the past few weeks that I just want to share. I want to share because it's important to remember these things. And even if you don't think so, if I can at least look back on myself and tell myself the reminders that maybe it'll help me when I get down. So my anxiety's kicked in a lot. There's obviously been some bouts of depression and just sadness. And I just want to say that during this time, if you're not able to get out of your house, and do certain things, like I have asthma, so I'm a already compromised immune system. So I'm actually not able to meet with people. I'm not able to even be to a park that's, with people 6 feet away. I can't go to the grocery stores because it's too risky. Sometimes I can't even go to the doctor because it's too risky. Like, all these things are just a lot at risk. But, which has caused me to feel a lot of things, right? And really be upset and hurt and sad and just have a lot of emotions with it. And I just say this to let you know that you're not alone in this. I have been feeling this way for a few weeks now. And today was finally the day that I was able to take some time and step away and just reflect and just reflect on things. But the other thing is that we are all in this together. It can feel so lonely. And I've been there. And if you're already onto my blog, you've probably been there too. Losing a child or someone that is super close to you, people don't know how to help you in those grieving times, especially when it's something they've never been through, like losing a child. And for me, who've lost 3 children, people are shocked and surprised, and they honestly would prefer to leave me alone than to come to me and just sit. And this is something that's happened over the years, right? It's been 9 years, and everything between all the kids, and it still happens to me today. And I'm sure it happens to you. And this isolation period that we're in now can bring up those emotions and those same things, right? We can already feel alone. We can already feel like people don't want to hang out with us or talk to us or be around us. We can feel like there's no one who understands, no one who gets it, that you are isolated and alone and that you're the only one and everyone else is just so far away and you can't reach them and you can't see them and you can't talk to them. And we've already felt that way because of our loss, because people have done that to us. On the flip side, because we felt that way and because it comes back, like some PTSD things, this has triggered for me for it to come back to those emotions, I've now learned to change that. So this isolation period made me feel as if I was in that circumstance. Now the circumstances are quite different, but it still made me feel that way. The change that I've understood and learned is that this isolation, shelter in place, lockdown, whatever you want to call it, everyone is going through. You are not alone. We can feel alone all the time. We can feel alone with people who've been through something similar, and we still feel alone. We, as a just as the world, we are going through the same thing together. And because we're going through the same thing together, we are feeling the same emotions. We are feeling the same things. We are doing, hopefully, those same things of shelter in place and being careful and those sorts of things. We are in this together. There is no one who should feel too much alone during this time. You may have to stay inside and live in your apartment all alone, but you are not alone. And I know that's kind of hard to understand a little bit, but if you look around your own circle of friends, circle of family, those are the people that we can continue to rely on. I relied on them when I was going through a hard time with the kids, and I can rely on them now. And now I feel even better because I know that those same people are in this with me. They have those same emotions, same things, and now it's bringing us closer together instead of pulling us apart. There are times that my friends need me more, and there are times when I need them more. But that's what the greatness of not being alone is, right? We are all in this together. There's not one person who is not, well, okay, I'd hope that there's not one person who's not feeling those same things. And I'm not saying you have to feel them all the time, right? Because one day you're great, one day you're not. But we are all together. Take a look at what happened in Italy, right? There were so many people who were on balconies and connecting and just telling people that they're not alone. And that's the same thing today. We have technology to help us know that we're not alone. We have Zoom meetings. We have phone calls, FaceTime, Google Hangouts, WhatsApp videos. Like, there are so many things that allow us to be connected to one another so that we are connected. And it's just something I have to constantly be reminded, because during my times of when my PTSD for this stuff kicks in, right? Because this period is a period of time where I would draw back to what it was like when I had the kids and when people pushed me away. And so when I go to that spot and I feel alone, I end up reaching out to other people who are telling me that I'm not, that they're going through those same emotions, that they've gone through that. And here's the thing too, it's okay to feel that way. We hide our feelings all the time. And this is not the first time I've talked about this, but like when we're in high stress times, whether it is going through grief or whether it is this period of anxiety or loss or whatever it is, we hide our emotions. We don't let them out. We don't want to show people. We don't want to tell people, hey, this is how I'm feeling and help me out. No, instead we internalize that and keep it to ourselves. When in reality, we need to let it out, whether that's journaling or even talking to someone, praying, or even just saying things out loud. Let those emotions out. This is the time where everything we've learned from going through that loss is able that we can help other people too. Everything I've learned, all the craziness and what it's like to feel this way and how do I overcome this, these are the times that I can help now. Because I've been there. I've been that way. I've felt that way before. And whether or not it comes up or not, if there's someone who has felt and who's feeling alone and isolated and they just can't get out of this circle, and this portion they just can't get out, and no one's around, and no one knows what they're going through. And that may be true that you feel that. Like, if that's how you feel, that is valid. That is a valid thing. But because I've been through that with the kids and people pushing me away, I can now help this person in being able to express and understand what it's like to feel all their emotions, what it's like to really help them. And I also know that there are friends out there who've helped me a ton with where I'm at. And I just think it's really important that during this time, we continue to reach out and connect with people instead of isolating. We can be more isolated now because we're inside than we were before. But let's use the technology that we have. Let's use the opportunities we have to grow. The other thing I want to talk about is just consistently reminding ourselves that our emotions are valid. We have so many emotions that we go through on a daily basis that sometimes we can't keep up. But our emotions and how we're thinking and we're feeling, they're valid. You're okay to feel the way you feel. It is okay. I'm going to just repeat that. It is okay for you to feel the way you feel. However you feel, it is okay. No one's saying that this is a right or wrong way. No one is saying that you should or shouldn't feel this way. You are okay to feel however you feel. And feel it. Truly feel it. If it gets so overwhelming, take the time to step away and feel it. I know that a lot of people are kind of stuck in their homes. And I want us to remember that when just because we have a shelter in place doesn't mean we can't step outside. And I say that because a lot of the times we feel like we have to stay inside and stay enclosed and that sort of thing. And sometimes the only saving grace we have right now is that we can step outside. Step outside and just breathe in fresh air. If you aren't comfortable with going to take a walk in your neighborhood because you don't know who's going to be around there, maybe you're not comfortable with the fact that there's a lot of pollen and you have allergies, I get it. But every one of us needs to take the time to step outside. I have bad allergies. I have asthma. I have a lot of things that trigger my asthma. Sometimes I don't even know what the triggers are. But it is helpful for me to step outside and at the very least, just take a breath of fresh air. Inside is sometimes can be so enclosed in. Just feeling like this, like we're just, I don't even know how to express it, but I feel like you get it. And stepping outside allows us to just to breathe. Just know that there's air, that we have air. So I recommend going for a walk, taking a walk outside. Maybe it's even just to go get the mail and back. Maybe it's to go around your block, around your neighborhood. Whatever it is, step outside. Because I know when I don't step outside, it is like I feel more enclosed and inwardly into myself than I do when I step outside. You can step outside with a family member that you live with or by yourself. Please continue to make sure you're keeping your social distance, right? 6 feet is still 6 feet. If someone's coming towards you, go to the other side of the road. Not to be rude and, hey, I don't want to talk to you, but like, we want to flatten the curve and keep our social distance. But we also need to exercise. We also need to step outside. So step outside, get some exercise, whether that's taking a walk, whether that's doing exercises at home, whether that's your kids are just running around, whatever that is, just take that time away. Another thing I just want to talk to you about too is prayer. Now is the time to just to really rely on someone else, not you. We could always have an excuse before, right? And we've seen the memes like, oh, I had an excuse of why I couldn't clean my home, and now I realize I'm just lazy. You know, I'm just a procrastinator or whatever it is. Instead of just procrastinating and just waiting and watching, 4 hours of something on Netflix, help yourself by maybe reading scriptures, praying, or even just reading a book. Take time away from the screen. And I know that with the internet and everything, like, it's harder to do that. I mean, I can scroll through Facebook and all of a sudden it's 2 hours pass. But I know that it's really helpful when I stop looking at the screen, when I stop paying attention to what's on Netflix and start reading. When I read a good book, when I read the Bible, when I pray, just when I'm just being still. Now's the time to be still. Be still and listen. And that's not just like listening to God, listening to your body, right? We need to stop and listen to what our body is telling us. Sometimes we're so stressed out. Our bodies are like this. We're hunched up and we're just so, and it's really telling us, you have too much stress. Let it out, let it out. Like, I need you to stop. And if you're not sure what that looks like, take it small steps. Small steps of just reading a book for 10 minutes. Maybe you're not sure what being still looks like because you've never had to. So just stop and just listen to the birds. Listen to music, Just I'm a good proponent of meditation. I think it's very important. Meditation helps us hear things from God. It also helps us relax our bodies. And there's a great app. I've been recommending it for years. If you need a spokesperson, let me know. But I really have been recommending it, and I think it's an important app, and it's called the Insight Timer. I know it's free. There are some things you can pay for, but mostly it's free. And it has a ton of meditation times. And it's important to use those meditations to maybe relax, maybe use it to go to bed, or just short bursts of time to say, hey, I'm stopping, I'm being still, and I don't know what to do, but I'm going to listen to someone help me relax. And it's a great app. Honestly, like I said, I've been promoting it to friends and family for years, and it's something that I use pretty consistently, pretty much almost every day, just because I need the time to just stop. I just want to make sure that we're taking this time to not feel more isolated. And I'm not saying that if you're not being still, like we all need to take time away. My last video was talking about times of rest, and we definitely need times of rest in this crazy time. So, whether that's stepping outside or whatever that looks like for you. But I also want us to make sure that we're aware that we're in this together. Some of us have felt this way for a long time, before this even came about. And I just want you to know that I'm here for you, other people are here for you. We're just all in this together. We can connect with one another socially even more, and we can just feel the presence of one another even if we're not in the same area, same state, same country. Around the world, we can still be connected. We can even be connected by just stepping outside. We are connected with just feeling love and warmth and fresh air on our bodies and feeling God's love with that way. I'm just so encouraged that you guys keep watching and keep listening. And if you have any other helpful hints, I just ask that put in the comments below. more and more people can just understand how to live a life of togetherness during this isolation period. Um, Definitely click to subscribe. I'll try to do some more videos throughout the times. Like I said, the past few weeks have just been crazy and just emotionally exhausting and stuff like that. I'm still working. I get to work from home, but I'm still working and stuff too. So definitely just allow us to help you out. I would love for us to just connect even more. We can do that on YouTube anytime. We can add comments, we can connect through other ways. This is a time for us to be more united than pulled apart. This is a time for us to come together as a nation and a country and the world instead of being pulled apart more by where we are at. If you have any other suggestions for more videos, let me know. But let's stay together. Let's be together in this instead of being pulled apart. Thanks so much for watching, and leave your comments and questions below. Bye!